Definitely an exciting day for Catholics around the world and right here in the border city. Deacon Lynn Pion of St. Anthony's Catholic Church says it's an exciting time in that having a bit of an unknown pope brings some mystery back into the Catholic Church.
I'm excited to see what's going to happen, to get to know this man. For many of us, even in North America, we don't know a whole lot about him. Normal people, maybe even here in Lloydminster, we've never heard the name before.
But after millions of people tuned in on TV and online, he has quickly become a household name. Pion was happy to see all of the coverage for today's announcement. Social media sites like Twitter and Facebook were flooded with tweets and posts about the new elected pope, bringing even more attention to the church. Now, Pion believes this brings the Catholic Church to the forefront again, making it more relevant worldwide.
There was a lot of, just even immediately today, on some of the mass media sites about, why are we covering this so much? Why is this, so relevant? Well, over 5,000 journalists were in Rome, many hundreds of thousands of people, millions of people all around the world waiting to see.
And today, the Pope made his first tweet. Now, more than 1.7 million followers are on Twitter following the pontiff. Mounties in Cold Lake are investigating a shooting from last night. It happened around 7 p.m. Now, no one was hurt in the incident. Police say that a white Crown Victoria car was shot at by occupants of a newer model black Dodge pickup truck. RCMP say these two vehicles were also reported to be on Highway 28 just prior to this incident, driving in an aggressive manner. Now, if you have any information on the shooting, you can contact the Cold Lake RCMP or Crime Stoppers. Well, an Elk Point neighborhood had to be evacuated yesterday after police were dealing with an armed suicidal man. Police were able to negotiate with the 44-year-old and transported him to St. Paul Hospital for psychiatric assessment. Nobody was injured, but one shot was fired before police entered the home. Residents were allowed to return afterwards. Now charges are pending as police continue to investigate. Well, on any given day here in Lloydminster, the women's shelter is a busy place. Alberta Data Count recently took a poll of the women's shelter services across the province. The interval home is no exception to the highly used services all around Alberta.
We kind of have a range of how many people we serve. It's usually between 350 and 450. Typically, we're closer around the 380 to 400 mark. So this year, when we saw it, upwards of 450, that was not necessarily a surprise, but yeah, we're bursting at the seams.
The stats for one day at the shelter last year in November shows that 18 women and 40 children were helped. 5 people received help over the 24-hour crisis helpline. Now, managers say the interval home faces some challenges. Lack of daycare and transportation options, as well as long wait lists for mental health counseling, are at the top of the list.
One of the biggest challenges the women that have come into our shelter face is a lack of affordable housing. So that's one of the challenges we work on with our women, is trying to find them homes in the community.
If you want to volunteer or donate, you can call the number 780-872-5005. With so much snow piled up in yards this year, homeowners might want to take steps to prevent flooding. Now, having a properly working drainage system could be your saving grace. Master Water Restorer Rory Christie says the high moisture levels in the soil have made for some wet basements in Lloydminster over the past couple of years.
We've had a lot of older homes that have been affected, either through additional water coming up through the basement, or else even newer homes that perhaps haven't had proper testing on their drainage ability.
If the snow melts quickly this year, sump pumps and drains might be working in overdrive. Chrissy says at this time of year, you should be checking to ensure that your sump pump is plugged in and working properly.
With our area, it's just, again, the water table is so high that even your most expensive home to your least expensive home need to make sure that everything is functioning properly.
And that includes checking your backflow valve. If you don't know how to do that, Christy recommends contacting your local plumber.